Good morning. Welcome to a lovely sunrise here at Geneva Airport, Switzerland. We're going to be taking the return leg of our live stream last night. We're taking the EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey back to London Luton. We're live on PatSim. I think everyone's still in bed. Oh no, we've got another company traffic popped in over there. Excellent. Looks like a Neo. We've got the Red Wing, I think it is, scenery here, Geneva. Pretty good scenery. Okay, let's get jumped in and we'll take a look at the flight plan and get loaded up. Already got the ground power on. We've done the cockpit safety checks. Get the IRSs aligning now. Cockpit voice recorder test. Test the bells. Having a logo. Seat belts. Minor smoking automatic. Put these down for later. Test the APU. Excellent. Okay, that's looking okay. Let's get let's have a look at the flight plan. That checks Geneva to London Luton. Variable 1 knot, cav okay, 7 degrees, 1030. Excellent flying weather. Planning 142 people on board. 3.5 tons of cargo, 6.7 tons of fuel. Let's get that loaded. GSX doing its thing, excellent. Let's bring up the flight plan, take a look at that. Okay, EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey checked, Airbus type checks, Luton Geneva, cost index 4380 at the cruise, minus 61, tropical 40. Departing Geneva runway 04 on the pair departure. I'd like to put a SID in. And Gatwick landing runway 25. I'm expecting the undug 1 November. Distance of 539 miles.
Duty free and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a
Nav database in date.
That you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt can now be fastened ready for departure. This is a no smoking service. Thank you for observing this policy.
EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey, cost index 4. 380, and it was minus 61. Let's cross check that. 61, 61. Temperature here at the moment, 7 degrees on the ground. Tropicals 4415. Let's put in the winds. Excellent. Departure 04. Give us a SID on the flight plan. So not ideal for Luton. Expect that to be a dippy departure, but the dippy's in. That's 22. So
welcome on board your EasyJet flight. Please place any small items of hand baggage under the seat in front of you. All larger items must be placed in the overhead lockers. To help us get away on time, please keep the aisle clear to allow other customers to board. As we are refueling, please keep your seatbelt unfastened until the seatbelt sign is switched on. This is a no-smoking flight.
Geneva traffic, EZY 68 Delta Tango, pushing back stand 2 to face southwest, Geneva traffic.
530, 539 on distance. Okay. Getting the departure routing in there. I don't know why it didn't give us a routing. So Luton was landing runway 25 and Dag 1 November.
Geneva traffic EZ68 Delta Tango taxiing via Link 1 and outer for the hold for runway 04, Geneva traffic.
It's a little bit loud on the old Watson. Let's pick that back a bit. Okay, we're just waiting for loading. A quick look at weather en route then. Luton scattered at 400, broken 1100, so we've got a little bit of low cloud. 10236 knot wind. It's becoming windier throughout the day, gusting to 30 this evening, late afternoon. Destination alternate, again, well, there's no cloud there, so slightly better conditions. 210 at 10, few at 3000, so that's not too bad. And Geneva, fantastic weather here at Geneva. A slight headwind component going over. See how loading's doing. Almost there. Passengers, and we've got the cargo still to come on board. Fuel looks like we're loaded, so we're 6.7 tons. 6.7, and that is balanced. Fuel pumps can come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board our EasyJet service. Please place your large bags into the overhead locker, wheels first, and keep your small items
Start the
under
APU.
the seat in front of you. These include laptops, handbags, duty-free, and loose items of clothing. Once you have safely stowed your cabin bag, please take your seat. To help us ensure a prompt departure, we would kindly ask that you keep the aisle clear, enabling all remaining customers to board. Your seatbelt.
So 1030 on the QNH. Get that in.
No smoking service.
Check once, twice, 3 times. And that checks with aerodrome altitude. Initial departure climb here is 900 from memory. Double check that now. Always check. Charts change.
Geneva traffic EZ68 Delta Tango, lining up runway 04, Geneva traffic.
I'm actually going to reroute for the kernel departure because the previous one is not showing the chart for, so I have to. We used to have
Cabin crew, thank you. Boarding is complete.
Ah, it takes us. That's the
We will
boarding complete.
shortly be closing the doors, so please complete any final calls or messages. Electronic devices may be used at all times if they are in flight mode. Laptops must be safely stowed for takeoff. If you become aware of any electronic device being damaged or overheating, please inform us immediately.
Geneva traffic, EZ68 Delta Tango taking off runway 04, Geneva traffic.
Stop climb is 90. Max speed 250 below flight level 100. So we're putting the weights, we are loaded, let's get that going. Send that to the MCDU. Initialization. Over to the weights. So alternate fuel. Let's just trust check that. On the up plan. 1.3, 1.3 checks. Okay. Excellent. 6.7 tons. And we just need our performance data. Geneva, runway 04 dry. Driver packs off. See what we get. Don't really want to go flaps 3. Let's see if we can force flaps 1. Does flaps 1 flex 64. No stab trim adjustments. 143, 143, 145. Transition altitude 7,000 feet. We'll send that over. And we need to put in the noise abatement procedure 1, which is acceleration here at 2920 and thrust reduction at 4420. Other than that, all good on that front. Let's check for any messages. We've got one in there. A couple of prelim load sheet and final load sheet. It's up to date. Cross check that. 58.9. 30.4. Excellent. Accept. Okay. And we'll just brief up our departure. So left-hand seat departure today in the Airbus A320 200 CEO CFM engine variant. We do have some hotspots en route, I believe, here in Geneva. We'll just bring it up our way down to the taxiway. So yeah, we've got hotspots at the runway intersection points, but we're on the south apron, so we won't be using those, but we need to be wary of traffic coming off the runway. And we've got
Geneva traffic, EZ68
more than
Tango
sufficient
airborne departing to the south. Final
stop
call, Geneva
distance here at Geneva, very long runway, so that's not going to be a factor today. Engine out, SID is straight ahead on 044 to 22 miles and hold. Should we need to return, weather here is perfect. We can come straight back into Geneva. Got a long runway. Only issue here is terrain. No non-standard ops. We've got a fully serviceable aircraft as far as we can tell. We do have realistic failures engaged, so if anything changes, we'll come back and rebrief. Takeoff runway 04 full length. Airbus 8 November is the departure. First cleared altitude is stop climb 9,000, which is set. And let's just check the MSAs for this area. We have 81 going over to the north, so we're going straight out. MSA 8,100. Much higher to the south becomes 18,200, so I need to be wary of that. So ideally left turns to avoid terrain on departure. Got sufficient fuel, 6.7 tonnes, and we expect the extra time to improve as we go through the journey. In terms of frets, here in Geneva obviously is the terrain, so we've got terrain to the east, the Alps, the highest point, not far from Mont Blanc, so 18,200 MSA there. So should we have failures, we need to consider terrain as the key factor. Also live and VAT sim and no air traffic control, so that's a factor today as well. Be wary of other traffic, keeping a good lookout. And I think that completes the briefing. Okay, let's get pushing back. In fact, we don't need to push back here. We're on a straight out stand, so we'll loop round and come out on the outer to the holding point 04. I wonder if I'm going to get forced to have a taxi though by GSX on its pushback or not. I didn't catch the interrupt there. Let's just see what's happening.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
No, I don't need to pushback. Interrupt pushback. Right, thank you. Excellent. So doors are closed. Before start checklist. Parking brake is set. Takeoff data confirmed. One 143, 143, 145. Flaps 1 down. 0 flex temp 64. Windows and doors closed. And beacon on. For start check complete. Okay, engine start. Engine mode select ignition. Starting engine 1.
Cabin crew, doors to automatic and cross check.
Into rise. Ignition B. PSI is good. EGT rise.
Boys and girls, good morning. A very warm welcome to your EasyJet flight today. A special welcome to our EasyJet Plus cardholders. If you would like to know more about this service, please do not hesitate to ask any of your crew throughout the flight. My name is Nolan. It's my pleasure to introduce the rest of the crew today. Working with me at the front, we have Tim. Joining you very shortly at the centre, we have Carl. Down the back today, we have John. Ladies and are here for your comfort, but primarily for your safety. With that in mind, we do ask, indeed we require, the 2 minutes of your time, but most importantly your attention, whilst we take you through the safety procedures of this aircraft, an Airbus A320.
Engine 1 avail, starting 2.
Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks, life jackets, and the brace
Ignition
positions
B.
that you must adopt if
2.
you fear
Fuel flow. EGT rise.
There are 8 emergency exits on this aircraft. The cabin crew are now pointing out the exits nearest to you. Please be aware that your nearest usable exit may be behind you. Emergency lighting will guide you to an exit. Leave all baggage on board. Your seatbelt is fastened, adjusted, and released as shown.
Okay, engine 2 avail. Engine mode selector to norm. AP not required. That's armed. We'll have terrain on my side. It's a nice scary red image, isn't it? That's we will dim that a little bit in the background. We'll put TAI on now. Single crewed, so it saves activity later. So we're zero on the pitch trim. And we'll do the flight control check, see on stand. Rudders full left. Sorry, full right, full left neutral. Elevators down. Up, neutral. And auto brakes armed max. As always, lights on. Click spot for the nozzle steering. Toby eye tracker. Geneva traffic, EZY 15 Kilo Whiskey is taxiing from stand 42 via outer to holding point runway 04, Geneva. So after such checks, anti-ice not required, ECAM status. Take our config, it's just the cabin to come there. Pitch trim 0, rudder trim is neutral. Let's get going. Clear right side and clear left side. Brake check. Pressure 0. Thank you, Sean. See you in the cruise. I'm going to need a coffee in the cruise. That's for sure. These early starts. Clear right side. Clear left side. I do think this is a very good scenery for Geneva, although quite frame intensive. I've got quite a high spec system, obviously streaming as well, but sort of noticing the effects there. It's very realistic. It certainly adds to the immersion, so it's a good job on the detail. Looking forward to Beyond ATC and the immersion that brings. As soon as that releases, we'll be trying a bit of a AI air traffic control. Will it be a replacement for VATSIM? Will it be the go-to? Will they both complement each other? Lots to understand with that. But it'd be great to have end-to-end air traffic control with a good level of realism. So we've got the main bulk of the Alps over to our left there. Let's jump outside quickly. Mont Blanc will be somewhere over there. Lake of Geneva over that side. France over to the west. Traffic flying over there. Nice. Let's get back on my centre line. I'll check for ATC online. No ATC online, no traffic to affect that scene. Okay, performance, no changes, 1030, engine out procedures, runway heading 044 to 22 miles on hold. Departure is the Airbus for November, so straight out with a left turn. Stop climb 9,000. And takeoff speeds 143, 145, 145. Climb nav blue 1FD2. And we've got a PAX off departure. We'll get ourselves configured for takeoff. Line up checklists. Cabin secured. Takeoff runway 04 confirmed. TCAS TII. PAX 1 and 2 off. Geneva traffic. Easy 15 kilo whiskies departing runway 04. Geneva. Approach is clear. Clear left side. Nothing on TCAS. Clear right side. I think we'll take it rolling. We've got a nice long runway. Take off. Engine stable. Manflex 64 SOS runway, auto thrust blue. 100 knots. B1, rotate. Positive climb, gear up. AP1. So a noise abatement procedure 1 here, so we've also got the terrain clearance to consider. So acceleration altitude is 2,920, which is just passed. Leave a climb. Just wait for the positive speed trend. We get one. We won't. Not going to accelerate now. I'm going to hold it to the thrust reduction, which is 4,420. Which is just coming up. At which point we're going to have packs on. We may get a pack. There we go. Climb. Positive trend. Thrust climb, climb. Auto thrust. Pack 1. 10 seconds of pack 2. Pack 2. Flaps up. Speed check, flaps up. Ground spoilers disarmed. Easy 15 kilo whiskey, flying flight level 200. Climb flight level 200, easy 15 kilo whiskey. Open climb. Standard set. 200 blue, passing 6-3 now. Cross check 3 times. Landing light can come off. See if we can get ourselves a bit of a shortcut. Now we've got the height to clear the terrain, we can bring our turn over. So we've got high terrain over to this side. Very nice departure. There's the airport back there. There's the high terrain we need to clear. There's Mont Blanc in the background. Passing 100, we'll just get leveled out here and we'll take the seatbelt signs off. Okay, nice clear air. Release the cabin. And EZY 15 Kilo Whiskey, continue climb, flight level 380. Continue climb, flight level 380, EZY 15 Kilo Whiskey. 380 blue in the mini FCU. I don't think you had the audio there, did you? In the stream? Damn it. Too many buttons to push. Yesterday it was my mic at the start, and this time it was the sim audio. Okay. The joys of live streaming. I'm okay at flying a plane, but yeah, all this streaming technology. Yeah. So the runway threshold reference for Luton, 8 miles direct. And we can zero out cost index. A faster climb gets us to thinner air, which means faster, which means we spend more time in thinner air, which is more cost effective. That is an EasyJet SOP. Cabin altitude's pressurising as we'd expect. Within safe limits. No controllers online. Clear the terrain, so I'll take the terrain radar off here. MSAs are decreasing as we head over France. Excellent. I'm going to nip to the back, grab myself a coffee. Chat, you have control. Okay, back in the cockpit. What did I miss? Let's have a look. All normal. Still no ATC. My flight plan's not showing. Routing taking us up just to the east side of Paris. I am running photometry. Pretty much all the settings are ultra. I do have Rex AccuSeason as well on the go. I'm not sure how good that is for different parts of the world. I know it's pretty good in the UK. It looks like it's doing its job here. It certainly did its job. In Geneva we didn't have snow at silly levels when it's 20 degrees, so that was realistic. So 80 for 380. Expecting Luton at 7:45 UTC. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy the streams. Helps the channel grow. Got any feedback? Let me know. Always happy to try and improve things. I need to be new to streaming, so it's not my forte yet. But any recommendations you have, always helpful. Always willing to listen. Yeah, flight level 300 for 380. Leaving the Alps behind us. On our way up to the UK. Have a lovely day for flying. Shame we can't get these views in the real world. This is one of the perks of flight sim, having a look at your aircraft from the outside. There's our routing, there's Paris, so we are just to the east. When we come south, going into Geneva, as we did yesterday, so check out yesterday's live stream. You come right past Orly here, as we did, and we turned over the airport pretty much. Take a slightly different route down. Much closer to the city when you come south. Other routes which take you down this way. Depending if you're going somewhere like Malaga, you'd be over here. If you're going somewhere like Italy or Nice or anywhere like that, you'll be closer to Paris to get some great views. If it's a clear day, as it was yesterday, check out that stream for Eiffel Tower spotting. More clouds as we head north. Double check our weather for arrival. So there's any change. So arrival 2309 knots, overcast 500. So it's pretty low actually. Temperature 11, 1023. Alternate cavo K 3 knots, so we're good and Manchester for Luton's got a bit of a low cloud base. Now I am up the road from Luton, so Luton is my home base, and I wouldn't say it's overcast 500. The sun is starting to come through, so hopefully real world conditions will prevail. Approaching the top of climb. Morning, my lord. Hope you're well. Mac Alt Star. So we get our cost index of 4 in now before we spool the engines back. Mac Alt Cruise. And we'll select TCAS to look deeper below, so that's set to below. Went through the system pages, make sure all is well. Obviously it does tell us if there's something wrong, but sometimes you get a bit of an earlier warning, particularly on engine parameters. You might get a bit of increased vibration on one side. Might not necessarily be a problem, but something to mention to maintenance, for example, before it becomes a problem. Fuel flow 900 kilograms per hour now in the cruise. That engine. That means 22 degrees, which is usually where I have it set. Slightly colder in the cockpit. Keeps us alert. Quick look on VATSPY for any conflicting traffic. No, we're good. Lots of departures around Paris, but no ATC online en route as of yet. Just having some EasyJet coffee there. Okay, we've got a company message. Let's go and have a look what the company has to say. Probably moaning because we're late. 36 minutes late. I wasn't trying to run to a schedule, but anyway. 36 minutes late. Not going to make that one up. So, shortly in the right turn, heading us up to the east side of Paris. As I was saying earlier, you won't get such good views of Paris going north. Best views are coming south, as you would have seen in yesterday's live stream if you were tuned in. In the right turn. Passengers enjoying a smooth ride in the back. Decent views of the French countryside. Rexaki season certainly does improve the sim. I do enjoy having that mod installed. Big fan of that one. Okay, let's start to turn some focus towards our arrival. We always need to work ahead of the aircraft. Let's just turn the contrast up on this a bit. Okay, expecting runway 25. It's dry. That matches the weather we looked at earlier. So a landing weight, if we base it on 62.5, that's water brake low, water brake medium either reverse, or we can go, and we go brake low at max reverse. Is that not an option? I think we'll aim for medium water brake idle reverse. That is a higher than we will land at landing weight. We always work worst case scenarios with a 3 knot cross and an 8 knot headwind at the moment, so that's not a problem. So medium auto brake it is. It's in the box. 1023, we can get that in our Q&H box. Set. And we can start reviewing the charts. We're coming in from the southeast by Undug. We need to be at Mayfield, flight level 200, into Vaton, Ossot at flight level 150, crossing Brookman's Park. Would be quite unusual to fly the full procedure, unless it's really busy, so we'll probably vector ourselves in. We may go through the localizer because to get from Ossot down to the platform altitude of 3,000 feet at Luton is a tough gig, to be honest, so bear that in mind. We can get the MSA zones into the FMC now, so we can do, so they're all off the LUT beacon. Lima Uniform Tango. And what radials have we got? So we got the outbound radials we want, so 270, 090 and 360. So you allow me to, yeah, only allows 2 radials, of course. So the most important ones for us on 25 will actually be the 090 and 360. It's going to be pretty much in the 2100 MSA zone and the 2000. Just on short final we'll enter the 22. Obviously that becomes relevant then if we have a missed approach, we're in the 2200 zone, so you need to bear that in mind. Have a look at the final approach late for runway 25. Okay, plate 51.2, effective 25th of August 23. Platform altitude 3000. Minimums 708. Missed approach fleet procedures climbing to 3000, straight ahead 2.3 on the localizer. Or 1500, whichever is sooner or later, and left onto 088 track. Climbing to 3000. Transition 6000. And we can get those minimums in, standard 3-degree glide slope. So minimum 708. ILS-25 confirmed. QNH. Just get this one started. Double check. QNH. So 1023, which is what we put in. What's the temperature outside? 11. Sorry, a bit warmer than Geneva was first thing. Balmy weather, shorts and t-shirt weather in the UK. There we go. 220 at 8 knots. We'll view that again later on. We'll go flaps config full. At the moment we've got a approach speed of 139 and a lowest selectable of 134. So we're coming up a beam Paris. Let's have a look outside. You see de Gaulle Airport. Oh, it's de Gaulle over there. This is Paris here. So coming down yesterday, right over Orly Airport here, and we made our turn across coming this way, much closer to the city. So we'll have a look at de Gaulle when we get up there, but reasonably far distance out today. Bit of traffic up there. No ATC on the line still. Paris Orly Airport there. Just above the fly pad. Quite a nice city to fly over at night. It's quite nicely lit up, Paris, and you can usually make out the Eiffel Tower pretty well when it's lit up. On a clear day, of course. Coming south, that is. The top of descent. Thereabouts 100 miles ahead of us. Soon comes up. And we'll brief the descent shortly. There's Charles de Gaulle. I've got a scenery installed for that, so a decent depiction, although we're quite high up, so we're losing a fair amount of detail. There is some traffic down there somewhere, seen on that sim. And the city of Paris there, the river winding through the city in the background. There you go. It's the passenger view. Okay, let's brief up the arrival. It'll be a left-hand seat landing. We're going to be using the ILS runway 25 as approach guidance. Map setting config full. We've got sufficient stop margin calculated, and we'll be using idle reverse thrust. We're vacating to the right from 25. I'll just bring up the plate for Luton. Coming in, we'll either be at Charlie, most likely hotel to vacate. Depending on braking performance on the runway. It'll be medium auto brake we have. Just see that's on there in the sun. Hotspots for taxiing, we do have one at intersection with Bravo Hotel here, so that's one to bear in mind in case of outbound traffic. Not sure on stand yet, we'll see what we get given. Expecting international to be more on the east or the north aprons. We'll see how that plays out. There's no special ops or no non-standard, we've got a fully serviceable aircraft. In terms of approach, we're on the undug 1 November. transition 6000. We've put in our MSAs for Luton, 3 zones which we've mapped. Need to pay attention to the MSAs on missed approach as well, 2200, 2000 to the north, where the majority of our flight will be on the approach in, and 2100 to the southeast. Approach minimum is 708, which is in the box. Go around trajectory we've already discussed, but we'll run through that. So climb to 3000, straight ahead, 2.3 from the ILS. Outbound or 1500, whichever's later, and the left turn to track 088. Continuing climb to 3000. A quick look at fuel. We've got loads of extra time, we've got an extra hour in here. Hasn't taken out our alternate by the looks of it, let's have a look. Right plan. It's in there, okay. .3 of that should be in the alternate. Yep, so there, that's right. So an extra half an hour, 26 minutes, so we've enough for at least one if not 2 attempts at Luton, depending on traffic. If not, we'll divert and take our diversion of Manchester. In terms of threats, nothing major apart from advancing traffic again. No controllers online, we'll just double check that now. No control currently online. Not a great... London TMA is busy, so it's always pretty busy around London, so we just need to pay attention to the traffic coming in and out of the London airports. Other than that, no other threats. I think that completes the briefing. We will debrief should anything change en route. I'm also going to insert a radius around Luton, just to help with descent planning. Helps me with my rule of thumb. Just generally, if you're at 30 miles from the threshold or the airport, at flight level 100 at 250 knots, so standard speed, you should be able to shoot any approach and get down in a controlled, stable manner. That's a little rule of thumb there. So obviously we've got standard terminal arrival routes which will deviate us from that. Likely to be higher than that because we're sleeping us all around to the north, because it's taking into account the full procedure. Nav accuracy is high. That's something we check before we start heading down. Distance to run to the threshold is currently 153 nautical miles. Let me take that beam point out. I accidentally chucked in there. It's alright. It should do. Okay, in the turn. Oh, so sun. Should be heading out over the English Channel shortly. Bit of high level cloud here now. Time for a coffee refill. Chat, you have control. Okay, captain's back in the cockpit. Let's see what's going on. We're in the right turn, are we? Okay. Excellent. It's going up to 20 miles to top of descent. Approaching the coast. There we go. Yeah, we've got the coast here. Northern France. Very nice. So we'll get constraints on for our descent. First restrictions 200, we'll bring up that plate. 200 at Mayfield, sorry, Mayfield. And we'll cross check that with the box. Flight plan. Mayfield, flight level 200. Ozot 150. 150 check. And the other one was 80, wasn't it? 250 at Brooklands Park. That's reducing standard speed. 220 at Koku. Zagzo 80. So that's the one. I don't think we'll make it to. Hoping not to have to make it all the way around to Zagzo today. Hopefully we'll self-vector unless ATC come online, but I'm sure they'll vector us in sooner than Zagzo unless for some reason everyone comes online at Luton. Ladies and gentlemen from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. We'll shortly be beginning our stop of descent into London Luton. Weather on the ground is light winds. Currently overcast, 11 degrees. But the situation is getting a bit windier throughout the day. Expecting to be on the ground around about 10 to 9 local time. I'd like to thank you for flying EasyJet today. Wish you a safe onward journey and looking forward to seeing you on board again soon. Thank you. Okay. 200. Push. Thrust idle. Open descent. Should give me descent, but it's not on push. Let me just check that's mini FCU thing. Right. So it does have a sim. Oh, there's the odd bug. I should be pushing for managed descent there. No reason why I shouldn't have it. It's not giving it to me. Aircraft is. Yeah, it's descending at green dots. Not liking this either. This wouldn't happen in the real life. We're very close to our lowest selectable speed. Yeah, it's not letting me select descent for some reason. In which case if I pull speed and increase it manually, just to give us a safety margin. I'm currently flying Mach because of altitude. And if it lets me descent, no, it's not. Interesting one. I haven't had that one before actually. It's that is an unusual one. This is why it's very important to always look at your FMAs, see what the aircraft is doing. You live or die by your FMAs. Regardless of what you're putting in, if it's not showing here, or this is doing something different, you may have problems. So always need to make reference to these. That's why we read out every FMA change, so so both pilots know that what the aircraft is doing. So that one will be right up in the maintenance log on arrival. We may even sort of let them know, okay, got the message. We've got a defect with managed descent. So someone can have a look at the systems, please. I'm going to try again. I'll push it. No, it's taking me straight to vertical speed. Doesn't seem to recognise that we've entered descent phase. That's what I think's doing it. Fast idle, open descent. Got a dodgy aircraft. Okay, we've got some moisture in the air here. Minus 38. So we are in engine anti-icing zone here, minus 40. So I'll put those on as a precaution. It's looking a little bit, not full on cloud, but SOPs would dictate that we have engine anti-ice on in those conditions. Got a company message. It's probably a stand 60. Cross check our so we're right over here, stand 60. Quickest route really would be taxi via Bravo, but depending on whether there's outbound traffic, it may conflict and be routed round a different way. Or vice versa, traffic's coming this way, so bear that in mind. Mach out start, approaching 200. So we've met a restriction early because we're not in managed descent. Speed alt star. Engine anti-ice can come off again. Yep, the aircraft definitely hasn't recognised that we've entered descent, so it still thinks we're in cruise.
Standard traffic, Osprey 49 Juliet, dispatching via Romeo Lima to stand 54.
Right, I've just done it again now and it seems to have selected that now. We're in descent, it's recognised descent. It didn't do there for our initial descent, so we should be okay now. So if I dial in next restriction of 150, EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey, descend 150 as per the standard terminal arrival route. Let's put that in. Altitude constraint. (150) in. So yeah, looks like we're regain control of our managed descent system. We'll keep an eye on that though. So we have got 150 restriction at Ozot. I'm going to try and get us below that, pending traffic in the area and any ATC online. We've only got Gatwick ground on at the moment. We're the next inbound into Luton, currently no departures. So we go back into managed speed now, so we're thrust idle descent, descending to 150. And it's pulling us back to 251, it should be 250 knots. So routing takes us over east of London. Just going to put a bit of spoilers out there to maintain the profile, reducing speed, so that's the south coast of England there, heading up towards London now. Yeah, we're back on profile, we'll stow the spoilers. Speed. EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey, descend flight level 100. Descend flight level 100, EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey. Thrust idle open descent, flight level 100 blue. So we're treating that as a ATC restriction, so we're coming off the standard terminal arrival route, getting a slightly earlier descent. So we don't have to fly the full approach from runway 25. EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey, turn right heading 345. Right heading 345, EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey. Heading. EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey, right heading 010. Right, 010, EZY 6 Kilo Whiskey. Using the mini FCU there to put the FCU commands in. Okay, I'm going to pull speed now. Bring us back to 220 knots. And I'm going to send us to 80 blue. Speed brakes out, let's reduce our speed. A very low threshold there, so speed brakes back in. Any flaps, one out really. Any lower than that, use speed brakes. Easy 16 kilo whiskey, left heading north 360. Left heading north, easy 16 kilo whiskey. Just cross check the weathers again for our arrival. .200 at 9, broken 700, so it has lifted the cloud a little bit. Degrees. We'll activate approach phase as we are in selected speed, so 200 at 9. 11 degrees, broken 700. And 023, checks. Not much of London to see today. Beneath the cloud there, so we come up. It's the Thames estuary over that side. We're still the next arrival for Luton. Approaching flight 100 with seatbelts on. Easy 16 kilo whiskey descend, altitude 5,000 feet, Luton QNH 1023. Descend altitude 5,000 feet, Luton QNH 1023, easy 16 kilo whiskey. 5,000 blue. Manage speed. Flaps 1. Speed checks flaps 1.
You will shortly be landing. Please ensure your baggage and all personal belongings, including laptops, are safely stowed. Your tray table must be stowed, armrests down, window blinds open, and your seatbelt fastened, ready to land.
Pull again at 200. Hostile leaping descent heading.
Please help us by handing in rubbish, newspapers, magazines that you do not want to take with you. The toilets can no longer be used.
Send altitude 4,000 feet. 4,000 blue. Left heading 350. 350 set. Okay, we can get lit up. Brake checklist, Barrow set, QNH1023 checked 3 times. Seatbelts are on. Minimum set 708, auto brake medium. Brake checklist complete. Left heading 330. Descend altitude 3,000 feet. Quite a strong wind from the west. Take it up to 320 now. And EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey left heading 310, cleared ILS, runway 25. Left 310, cleared ILS, runway 25, EZY 312, B6, 16 Kilo Whiskey. Approach. AP 1 and 2, Cat 3 dual. Glide slope star, lock star. Manage speed. And flaps, speed checks, flaps 2, flaps 2. Full speed again, 180. 12 miles out. Give that some call. Luton traffic, EZY 16 Kilo Whiskies on the 12 mile final, runway 25, Luton. Close slope. Missed approach altitude 3,000. Already have set. Lock capture. Okay, we spun into a headwind now. I've turned off the glide slope annunciators because they misalign with the runway. Go down. Spoilers armed. All the lights on. Cabin crew, seats for landing, please. Seats for landing. Flaps free. Speed checks, flaps free.
2,500.
Manage speed actually. Looking stable. Ground speed mini doing its thing. We've got 27 knot. Almost on the nose. Vitals. Check the temperatures here. Plus 15. We're not in icing conditions. Flaps full. Speed checks. Flaps full. Ground speed mini is holding us. That headwind. Landing checklist. Cabin secure for landing. Go around altitude is 3000 set. Eco memo. Landing no blue. Landing checklist complete. There's that low broken cloud as forecast. Luton traffic, EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey, short final, runway 25, Luton. Autopilot coming out, mic control. Cat 1. Wind left of nose. Two whites, two reds.
Above. Minimum.
Continue.
Retard. 5.
Reverse. Spoilers, diesel. 70 knots. Manual braking. And as briefed, we'll roll down to Bravo. So we don't make any configuration changes until we're off the runway. Officially off the runway is past this stop bar ahead of us. Yeah, we can start sorting the aircraft out.
Ladies and gentlemen, the cabin crew will shortly be leaving their seats to perform safety-related duties. However, we ask that you remain seated until the fasten seatbelt sign has been switched off. Portable electronic devices for messaging, calls or internet access may now be used.
And we'll taxi us in. Let's get the ToBI tracker on.
All your personal belongings with you, checking in the seat pocket, underneath the seat, and in the overhead lockers.
Luton traffic, EZY 16 Kilo Whiskey is clear of runway 25, taxiing stand 60 via Alpha.
Smoking is not permitted until you reach a designated smoking area. On behalf of the captain and the crew, it has been our
Nothing coming outbound.
pleasure to see you today. Our ground crew
There's our empty car park. Finally got the cars out of the
For the latest news, promotions,
car park that caught
flight,
fire.
and destination information, check out our official Facebook page, Twitter, or EasyJet app.
Luckily mine wasn't one of them. Okay, the APU is available. Ground to stand 60. I've been assigned the most the furthest stand from the runway. But an empty airport. There we go. That's operations doing their thing. There's a reason for everything. Don't forget to check out the channel, like and subscribe. There's tuition videos, small live streams coming, a few shorts to look at, so check that out. Airbus Addict, yeah, it's nice scenery. This is actually the 2000 scenery. I forgot the name of the. It's not the latest, and I'm going to get the latest for Luton as soon as it hits the Microsoft marketplace. I tend to get all my add-ons through the marketplace if I can, because if you have to reinstall Flight Sim, which I do every now and then, for various reasons, it's handy to have everything in the store. You can just click, 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 and it all downloads. Right, gate 60 here. I do actually quite like the scenery. I don't know, do I really want to change the scenery? Being my home base, I sort of like to. I'm going to explore that one, but oh yeah, that one in P3D. Yeah, it's decent. I will check out the Innie scene for Luton as well, though. That's become available a few days ago. I might do a bit of a review of it when it comes onto the marketplace. Check that out if it hasn't already. We can do a review of this one and compare, perhaps. There we go. Gate 60. Let's get our engine shut down. APU confirmed available. Engine masters 1, 2. Stop the chrono. 1 hour 37. Trucks to trucks. Seatbelts can come off. Just hold it on the beacon for the ground crew. Hi Simon, late to the party. Sorry, I was up early, Simon, today. I'm used to dive early or late. I'm in early mode at the moment due to my last block of flying. And the fuel pump's off. Ground power's available. Parking checklist. So we got radar and predictive wind shear is off. Parking brake is on. Engines are off. Exterior lights. Let's check that all off as required. Fuel pumps are off. Electronic hydraulic pump hasn't been used. Pedestal is. We reset this so we put that into above for the next crew. That's now off.
Passengers bus is coming.
Excellent. I hope you enjoyed that. GSX doing its thing, unloading us. Actually, don't need the buses here. I should hope in the real world they will just hop up into this rather ugly looking tin can building. So I'm sure most of you who are familiar with Luton have been for a few of those at some point. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been great having you on board this morning. May get a cheeky live stream again later, we'll see how it goes. Planning a few more videos as well, so yeah, you do get soaked at Luton. This is rare. This is shorts and t-shirt weather in England today. It's we had our hottest day of the year yesterday, 19 degrees. It's 11 degrees now. I'm just up the road from Luton, and the sun is peeking through. But yeah, you're right. You do normally get soaked. Organ Aviator. This is the. I'm trying to think of the first night. It's the 2000 series of scenery available for the Luton Airport, but there is a new INI scene out, so we've now got 2 decent sceneries. I haven't upgraded to INI scene yet, so it's a 2000 scenery I've got. Getting the full name of the creator, so apologies for that, but they've done a few. This is pretty good actually. I'm quite happy with the scenery. It performs well. It's realistic, so interesting to see. UK 2000, that's it. Airbus Addict. Sorry, yes, trying to think of that one. I've got their ground add-ons as well. UK 2000 for the vehicles as well installed. Our package. So I've got a few of their sceneries. They're pretty good. So yeah, that's the one. We'll check out the INI scene though when it arrives in the marketplace if it hasn't done so already. Do a bit of a comparison and a bit of a walk around my journey into work, I guess. But see how it compares. Excellent. Well, I hope you have a good morning. Maybe catch you later on another one. Good having you on board. And enjoy your days. Take care.